Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new plugin from Black Salt Audio called Oxygen. Let's go. Oxygen is the newest addition to the Black Salt Audio family. The previous two plugins were Escalator and Low Control. Low Control was dedicated to the low end, and this plugin, Oxygen, is dedicated to the high end. So this plugin lets you get crisp and clear high end without the harshness. You can use Oxygen on a variety of source tracks. You can use it pretty much on anything that sounds very dark and you want to add that musical high end to. This is going to come and help you. You can add it on bass guitar, you can add it on drums, you can add it even on entire mixes. So let's take a look at a few examples and then we'll see what it does. So here we are at the Black Salt Audio website, and you can see here Oxygen. This is how the user interface looks like. It is on their website. You can actually go onto the site and check it out. Super simple looking interface, which is one of the things I absolutely love about the Black Salt Audio plugins, is that it is super easy to use. So you have three separate sections over here, and if you actually just hover over this, you can see what it is supposed to do. So this ideally is the compression section. This oxygen knob that you see here is more like the mix knob. You can dial in the amount of oxygen that you want to add into your mix. This is the saturation section. This is stereo enhancement. So Oxygen is basically an enhancement plugin. So you can add stereo enhancement by using the width knob over here. You have an output control, very simple. And you have three modes over here. This is a very important thing to look out for: bite, presence, and air. So these three sections are basically different frequency points. We don't really know what the crossover points are, but these three sections are going to affect the oxygen characteristic completely, the saturation characteristic completely. So based on the source that you are trying to enhance, you can select the appropriate mode and dial it in and just mix back how much you need from it. That's all there is to this plugin. It's super simple to use, and it's supposed to add high end and character to your mixes without making it sound harsh. So here we are in Logic. I've opened Oxygen on a bass guitar bus, and this is the first example that I'm going to be showing you how it sounds on a bass. So I'm going to play a few passes. The first pass is going to be with Oxygen off. The second pass is going to be with Oxygen on, and it's off again, and then it's on again, and you can hear for yourself how it sounds like. So let's go. 1, 2, 3. So you can immediately see how the bass guitar has a lot more aggression. The top end of the bass guitar is sharper, much stronger, it's more present, but at the same time it's still smooth, it's not harsh sounding, and this will stand out of the mix really well. It will cut through the mix, but at the same time it's not harsh and pokey sounding. So in order to achieve this, what I'm really doing is basically turn down the mix knob to about 22, so I'm not really using a lot of oxygen, but it's enough to ideally make a difference in the way the thing sounds like and really bring in that aggression. So that's the thing with this plugin. You don't really need to go overboard to make the sound different. You're going to start hearing a difference immediately as you start using it. In this section, I'm on the punch mode. The punch mode ideally enhances the attack. At least that's what I can hear. And the smooth mode kind of gives it this very gluing effect and controls your top end a little more nicely in a much smoother way. So right now I was on the presence mode, and you can even use it on the bite mode or the air mode, really anything that you want. So let's take a look at how it sounds like on the bite mode. Now let's turn it on. lot more aggressive sounding, and again it's not very harsh sounding, and that's what I really like about this. And in these examples that I'm showing you, I've actually cranked the saturation knob all the way up to 100, and there's also quite a bit of stereo enhancement that I've added into the mix. And that's another thing with this plugin, you can add the width without really going out of phase or creating any phase issues. This sounds very natural and organic even when you kind of do it. So blend it back, don't overdo it, and you will be good to go. So now let's take a look at another example. Let's see how it sounds on drums, like on the entire drum bus, and see how that sounds like. Okay, so here we are. I've loaded an instance of Oxygen on the drum bus, and this time we are pushing back the oxygen knob to around 22%, 23%. We are in the punch mode because we want a little more attack from the drums. Dial in a very little bit of saturation. We are on the presence section, so I'm guessing we are boosting somewhere around the 8 to 10k area. I'm guessing. I don't really know the crossover points. Just adding a little bit of width to it and just controlling the oxygen to around 22. So again, I'll play a few passes with the oxygen turned off and turned on the drum bus, and you can hear for yourself what it's doing. So let's go. This is with it off, and then I'll turn it on later. Okay, so you can hear for yourself how the cymbals are a little more spread out. There's more aggression, there's more high end, but at the same time it still sounds very soothing to the ear. It's not harsh, and the drums will totally cut through the mix. And the best part about this is I'm just at 22%. I've used the blend knob. You can probably even bring it down a little more. I am kind of over exaggerating it to show you what it's really doing. Let's try it at another mode. Let's also try what the bite mode does. So here we have an instance of Oxygen. I've loaded it up on the guitar bus, on the rhythm guitar bus. And this guitar thing sounds okay, but it is very dark sounding. Let's see if we can add some Oxygen and enhance this. So what I'm going to be doing on this is basically be on the bite mode, because I feel like this guitar sounds very dull. We're going to see if we can add some bite and attack and strength to this guitar, if that makes sense. I am adding a little bit of saturation. I am on the smooth mode because I wanted to kind of be under control a little bit, right? I'm going to use the control knob to dial that in, and I'm just using the width knob to add a little bit of enhancement to the rhythm guitar bus. So that's all the settings that we have going on over here, and the mix knob is just at 7, right? Like, so it's very less, but you'll see how it's making a whole lot of difference on the entire rhythm guitar bus. So let's listen to how it sounds like without and with. A few passes with it on, a few passes with it off, and you will hear for yourself what this is doing. So first off, then on. Immediately see how the guitars are coming to life with just 7% of Oxygen blended in to the bus, right? Like, so now let's see if we can dial in a different region. Maybe I'll move to the presence knob, see what that does, and I will play a few passes back and forth and see how it sounds like. That sounds absolutely awesome as well. So this is at a different frequency crossover point, and it still sounds absolutely amazing. So this is using compression, saturation and EQ in a very intuitive way to make a sound that's absolutely unique to this plugin. So if you want something that is unique, then reach out for Oxygen. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out Oxygen yet, I recommend that you do. You can head over to the link in the description box below, or you can go to the Black Salt Audio website and you can take a 14-day trial for yourself. Check it out, put it on your mixes and see for yourself what it does. And if you like it, you can pick it up and let us know what you think about it. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.